Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Rewind. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be. RN, thank you for not dressing up and just making it look like we're just dressed in our everyday clothes tonight.
First of all, I had to wear. It took like 30 minutes. I went as Frankenstein, right? Painted my face green. The shit took like 30 minutes to paint last night, and I got fat and sweaty. And we were at the bar and at a house party and everything. So halfway through the night, it was dripping down my face, and it just looked like somebody like just threw green juice in my face or some shit. So I wasn't doing that tonight. Sorry, bub.
Hey, counterpoint. I don't give a shit. You could have got something cheap. Or at least gave me a fucking heads up. Been like, hey, look, man, I ain't going to make the costume. Maybe you should dress in normal clothes. So it just looks normal on stream. Instead, now.
All right. Counterpoint. You shouldn't have got a fucking costume that looks like something that you would wear on a regular day, Mr. North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. So that's the horrible thing about this outfit is
Got that out your fucking closet.
No. It blends in way too easy. It blends in. It's supposed to be like some, like, I don't know. It's like
Billy
Dick's.
shit, I guess. Yeah, I get it.
It says like Dick's Morning Wood Service Need Wood. We've got it. It's inappropriate and shit.
But let's be honest. The hat and the flannel, even the sleeves cut off, does give you a little bit of leeway. But let's be honest. That's just a normal Kyle outfit.
This is not a normal Kyle outfit. Yeah, I can tell. Is like I am fucking transparently white.
Pasty is what
Oh
I
my
refer to
god,
it as.
super pasty. You can tell that I haven't shown my arms off in like.
I'm not gonna lie. It
6
looks
years.
like that. It looks like that like filter or like in WWE where you can like make your trunks glow when you're making like a creative player. Have that like that's what it looks like on your.
I look like
you
I
got white sleeves and
built fucking milk on myself. That's just my normal complexion.
That's giving milk a bad name.
No, shut the fuck up. All right. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. This is a wrestling show that we do every week. Red and I usually just talk about like the hot bullet points, stuff going on in and outside the ring. This week, it's going to be kind of a lighter week, maybe a shorter show. It's an empty whiteboard. I just kind of wanted to pose the question. The big thing is CM Punk, not so much is he being released, but is releasing him truly the best thing for AEW? We'll cover kind of like both sides to that coin.
Right.
A couple other things. We'll talk about some fun stuff that I'm enjoying in wrestling, including like the more Bray Wyatt stuff. He is definitely looking more and more of like the split personality character. I'm getting more and more convinced it is the James McAvoy from Split character. And then, of course, we'll cover that hilarious in-ring promo that the Bloodline had on Friday. Good God, have you seen SmackDown?
I haven't seen SmackDown, but not all of it, but I did see the promo and shit and everything. I did see that.
Jesus Christ, dude! Like Roman gave up. Roman gave up the second Sami Zayn said "Usi," and yeah, it was really funny. But before we get into that stuff, thank you guys for joining us over here on the live stream, twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. RN and I usually shoot Sunday nights. If not Sunday, we'll shoot on Monday. We just go back and forth, depending which day works best for us. And then on top of that, if you ever missed the live streams, we're on youtube.com/SmackedRawPodcast. Go ahead and subscribe over there. We haven't really pushed YouTube that much, but we're creeping up on 500 subscriptions. So, yeah, help us out. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll catch all the old live streams are posted there. Not to mention, you get all of Bot Spots and Chair Shots. Their show gets uploaded. And then if you don't really listen to podcasts on like via the video, the audio version is found everywhere. Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. That really helps out the algorithm. Share our stuff, and then also over on the MP3 versions of the show, you can catch the latest show to Smacked Raw, which is The Heel Truth, starring Ted the Hillbilly Heel. Aaron, I love that he has like so many gimmicks, and one of his gimmicks is his show started on episode 100. He just said, "Screw it, this is." He's like, "Yep, this is episode 100," and it was his debut episode.
The thing that I don't like about him is he claims to be a heel, but he's literally one of the nicest, sweetest fucking guys.
He really is. He is like the nicest guy.
I guess that is heel shit. Then I guess lying about your personality. I guess that is heelish. I guess, but he is literally. I mean, I reached out to him to join the show and shit because he literally. I don't think I had ever talked to him, and he always shared. Yeah. All our show shit. He shared anything that I personally posted that didn't even have to do with the show. Like he's always been a long time fucking supporter. And like I said, he's literally one of the nicest, most complimentary men you'll ever meet in your fucking life. So I'm still trying to figure out what exactly does he does that's heel. So he's a WWE guy because faces doing heel shit, heels doing faces shit.
That's what it is. And he also drops exclusive content for our Patreon. Yeah, dude, check that out too. Patreon.com/SmackDraw Podcast. We give you shout outs when you sign up. We got reward tiers. We'll send you stickers. Hell, we'll even make you a t-shirt from scratch if you give up the $20 tier. So check out Patreon, man. Support the cause. Everybody here has a blast making content for you guys. And whenever you donate money to us, it literally just goes back into making the shows better quality. Who knows? Maybe a few more Patreons or patrons, and we can afford to get RN a costume for Halloween, and he can dress up and not make me look like an asshole on stream. Then again, I did choose this costume, so who's the real asshole?
I think, I was gonna say that decision yourself was made. So
the worst part about all of this outfit, RN, was the most humbling thing about this outfit was I know I look ridiculous. My wife knows. Anybody that knows me knows this is like the furthest thing from what I would wear, and I look very silly. However, out in the wild, I went into a gas station to get a drink for me and Jess, and nobody batted an eye. I just said that to you before we started recording. I was like, "Fucker, you picked the outfit that blends in down there in North Kakalaki." I blended in better than Enzo in Assassin's Creed. Okay, seriously, you could not have picked me out of a lineup for Christ's sake. It was terrible. I was like, dude, not even like. I was like, not like, so what? No one said it. I looked silly, but I didn't even catch people awkwardly trying to avoid me. I just was treated like a normal person wearing this.
Come on in, buddy.
Yeah, that was pretty much it, man. It was quite humbling. Because I just look normal, Alison says.
I got a Halloween themed shirt. I got my Ghouls and Goblins shirt on. Shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Teen Hearts. I'm trying to get a sponsor from them because I wear a lot of their shit. And I'm like, a lot of your stuff's on the internet if you don't know it or not.
There you go, man. There you go. We'll have to tag them. RN, dude, I gotta ask you. I wanna start off with this silly ass promo that we got with the Bloodline, because what was arguably supposed to be one of the most serious moments in the story development of the Jey Uso feuding with Sami Zayn saga ended up being one of the silliest, most likable, happy segments that we could imagine. In short, if you haven't seen it, Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa had a tag match taking on the Brawling Brutes minus Sheamus, and there was some
married. Didn't he get married this past week?
Yeah, he got married. Congrats, Sheamus, by the way, getting married. Apparently Seth Rollins dyed his hair blonde, and we get to see that tomorrow night or later tonight if you're watching this on YouTube. Anyways, the Bloodline, they lose the match. Everything's breaking down between Sami and Jey. They're arguing, and then out comes Roman. Roman tells they need to hash out all the problems. He's done with it. Roman says, "You're just gonna leave it out all on the table." Sami Zayn tries to make peace. He tries to say, I don't know why you're fighting with me, but for whatever it is, I'm sorry. Jay says how he's truly feeling. He says, Sami, you're not family. I bleed because this is my blood. You're not. You're fake. Sami says, we're trying to make peace here. It's what the tribal chief wants. Jay says, I don't give a damn what the tribal chief wants. Holy shit. Like the crowd starts chanting like, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They couldn't even bleep it out. Like
no.
It was too loud and too much. They couldn't even bleep it out.
No, they would have had to silence the whole broadcast.
Yeah.
What should have been arguably like one of the most serious things in the story development. Sami Zayn comes to Jay's defense, which was fantastic stuff. And he drops the line that Jay's just not feeling very oozy lately. And this causes everybody in the ring to break. Roman can't.
Every single fucking person broke on that.
You can see Jimmy. I'm sure Solo broke. Just luckily he had the benefit of not being in frame. Right. Roman broke, which in turn you could see it. You could see it when like Jay was good until Roman was breaking in front of him, and that's what broke Jay. Jay even tried to turn around, and Roman kept his ass in frame so that he couldn't run off. And then he just leaned into it. They were just completely broken. And then ultimately, Roman said, we're going to have to figure this shit out because Sammy's not going to be an honorary Uso anymore. He's going to be a full-on Uso. We'll name him Sammy Uso, which, dude, this just, it's like anytime I see MJF drop a promo or Bloodline stuff, at that moment, I'm like, this is my favorite thing in wrestling. And literally. So Friday night was no different, man. This shit was so good, dude.
It's just, they pull at us in so many fucking directions, but in a good way. Not like normally in most WWE promos where they either pull you to, this is ass, or they pull you to like, I don't know. Sammy is just fucking, he's hitting on all cylinders. Like, it's ridiculous. Dude. How good he is, and I'm glad people are on top. I wish he would shave that shit up and like his hair and shit because he looks literally like a homeless Vietnam vet. But
he does. But I think that's his thing. I don't think it would work if we went back to clean shaven Sam. I think that's part of it, man.
Not necessarily like clean shaven, but at least like somewhat kept.
He does look like two different people when you look at him from when he first joined up with WWE and NXT. And as like the heart and soul of NXT, and you look at Sami Zayn now, that's two different people entirely, man.
He just reminds me of Councilman Jam from Parks and Recreation.
At this point, like I said, this isn't really that serious. I don't have a single issue with anything the Bloodline's doing. It turns into my favorite stuff. I
hope they don't make it predictable though.
Yeah,
and it ends up being like Sammy beating Roman like on some shit or just something like that. I hope it ends up being where he earns Jimmy and them's respect and he gets to be a full-on Bloodline member.
Yeah, man. It's got to come to that, right? It has to come
one or the other.
It has to come to Sami Zayn fully Uso, and it causes like one of the biggest upsets within the family, probably a loss of the tag titles for the Usos. I don't see Sammy being able to pull off beating Roman or costing, or even like being involved in costing him his belt. Like that would be, I don't know. I'm not saying I would hate it. I'm sure I trust. I mean, everything that they've done to this point, I fully trust. Like whatever they're gonna do with it. What gets me is you have this group that is supposed to be heels. Including Sammy. Sammy's supposed to be a heel, and now people can't help but like cheer for them and only boo them, maybe just out of respect, maybe because they like them so much. Like that's the thing about like the smart fans is they'll boo heels not because they truly don't like them, which I know this bugs the shit out of a lot of people because they'll say that's not a good heel, but they'll boo them out of respect. You know what I mean? Like I like what you're doing with your character. I'll be engaged and I'll engage you the way that the story facilitates. You know what I mean?
And that's how wrestling should be. Me, on the other hand, I want to see the world burn. So, I mean, y'all know that I actively and cheerfully root for all heels. I mean, that's just how I fuck around. So That's why I love it, and I love that we finally got. I'm glad we got to see Roman kind of break a little bit because he's been scowling for 3 years now,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that we got. And I think that was a lot of it too. Was it was a human moment that brought everybody in, and fucking people loved it. Now this could work for him one way or another. We could end up getting eventually babyface bloodline, or I hopefully they do something just fucking dastardly so we can get back to somewhat hating them. But I love them anyway because I love the Usos. I've always loved Sammy and KO. That's one of my top tag teams. If you go back and check the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and Paul Heyman. I mean, like the three of their minds together. Like Sammy's always been great on the mic and a great character, and then having fucking, I'm sure it's Roman and Paul Heyman to bounce stuff off of. Like this shit couldn't get any better.
Yeah, man. I can't help but gush over their stuff. Like I don't really have like they're handling all the characters very well, including Solo. Solo because they haven't like made Solo overpowered in my opinion. They've just managed to how do you put it? Like he's like an upper mid carder. Like he can beat most of the roster, but they're not making this guy like some unstoppable force. They like just established him like at his like what would you say in 2K he'd be like a what like an 84, 85. Yep. You know what I mean?
84, 85.
Yeah.
And I like the dynamic between him and Sammy. Like him being the straight man and Sammy being the color guy. Like I love their handshake and shit and everything and all that. Like
every bit of them, man.
It just like they fit so well together. Like it's crazy.
Now so I think the one thing here though, that's worth mentioning, that guy that got lost in the shuffle, in all of the laughing and the essentially the hijinks in that promo was that, the lines for allegiances were actually drawn pretty definitive, in the midst of all the bickering and arguing. Solo got in Jay's face. And then shortly afterwards, Jimmy spun him around, and Jimmy got in Jay's face as well. And it's that subtle storytelling, like they have been they're just constantly showing it. They're on Sammy's side, and then Paul Heyman, although because he wasn't present to show where he sides later in the evening, when Jay is talking to him about he wants to prepare Roman for Logan Paul and all of this stuff. Heyman even tells him, he says, look, man, I'm on your side. I've been on your side in all of this. So it still does show, like, they're able to still show that there are battle lines. These aren't just guys that are going out whimsical. There is, like, if you're paying attention, there is a coherent story to follow and two sides to this, which is you've got Sammy with Solo and Jimmy, and then you got Jay with Paul Heyman, and then, of course, Roman on top of all of it, which is...
Do you think this is how we finally get main event Jay?
That's what I'm hoping for. So if you asked me who beats Roman, it's Jey Uso. I want Jay to be the one that's right. I want Sammy to be the mole who's been undercover, like, long term in this thing, destroys the bloodline from the inside. Jay at that point snaps. He feels betrayed by his own blood at that point, and he goes after Roman and beats him. Like that's how I would do it. That's if I was to pick anyone to beat Roman. Do I think that's what's going to happen? Probably not. I think what'll happen is the Usos will lose those tag belts to Sami and Kevin Owens, and then somehow it will come down to Jey Uso hitting up The Rock, and that's how we get The Rock and Roman. Is Jay's like Jay has to reach out to the true head of the table.
You see that?
Yeah, I see that. What the hell happened? No, this can't be right. So, anybody who's wondering what the hell we're talking about, somehow Zoom did like my payment not go through. What the hell happened? Did someone sign me out of Zoom? I guess I'm just not signed in. Let's see here. You can't swap accounts on Zoom like live, right? On the call?
I wouldn't fucking know.
I don't think so, man. South Philly Psycho says, what's up, fellas? Sadly, I haven't watched Rampage or SmackDown yet, but I will say Sami Zayn is a gift that wrestling fans don't deserve. Hey, man, you're not wrong. Also, by the way, Roadshow, who's a deep cut, like longtime fan of ours, subscribed to our Twitch. Like full on, man. Thank you, Roadshow. That's awesome.
Yeah,
bro.
thanks, man.
Thank you for the support, bro. All right, let's do this, RN. We'll take a quick 2-minute hiatus, and we'll be right back. I gotta figure out this Zoom shit. Just sit tight in the live stream. I will be right back. You'll continue hearing my voice during all of this. All right.
All right.
I'll send you the link, RN. Let's see. Okay, so I oh my god, I'm such a dumbass. Thank you guys if anyone's still listening. Somehow I was signed into the wrong account. That'll do it. I was signed into an account that does not have a premium Zoom. What happened to like Zoom calls that if you had 2 people, it was unlimited? You know, when did Zoom start charging you just for a like single phone call? That doesn't make much sense. There we go. Oh, God. Oh, man, if you're watching the video version of this, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're still creeping around. Hope y'all are well. Yeah, appreciate it, Roadshow. Are you still doing video editing? I know you were doing some editing for a minute there. How you been? What are you getting up to nowadays? There we go. RN should be back here in a second. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, we'll just do that. I'm just like super pasty now because the coloring is all off from last time. There we go. I think that fixed it. So you know what the problem was, RN? Signed into the wrong account. Yeah. They got greedy, Alison says. Yeah, we're back. Well, I was never gone. I was just off screen for a second. Kind of pisses me off. Like Zoom used to not charge you for a two-way call. Two-way call was unlimited. It was just 3 or more. I'm even more white now. I'm even whiter because my camera settings got reset from doing this.
Translucent. It looks like you have on literally a white long sleeve shirt.
Oh my god, dude, it's so bad.
And your white tee, Kyle.
Dude, I'm so sorry. Anybody that has to look at my hideous complexion over here.
Well, it wouldn't have happened if you had dressed up for Halloween.
Shut the fuck up, RN. Oh, you're such an asshole. I swear to God, RN. You're such an asshole.
At least I was fucking Halloween themed. Got the fucking monsters and shit.
Dude, this is Halloween themed if you are in on the joke, which you're supposed to be. Switch to a cowboy hat and I'll be Brock Lesnar. Hold on. I might be able to do something like that. Hold up. It's not a cowboy hat, but maybe this will do. Like,
I didn't think you could make that outfit worse, but you did.
There we go. It's my wife's pirate hat. Trust me when I say she looks better in it than I do. Alison says, thanks for fixing the ticker. I look like a Twilight vampire. Yeah, maybe from like the trailer park. Oh, God.
That'd be a hell of a fucking show.
Yeah.
Trailer park vampires. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Trailer park vampires. Oh, my God, man. Anyways. What else, Aaron, did I say we wanted to talk about?
The CM Punk shit and something. I forgot what the other topic was.
What was the other topic? Bray Wyatt. Yeah, Bray Wyatt, man. But you haven't. Now I just look like a confused pirate. Yes, a very confused. I'm just so confused. Well, you didn't see SmackDown.
Yeah, I did. I saw literally like the first 10 minutes the promo and then like the last like 20 minutes.
Oh, so you saw literally the only 2 parts that was worth watching. Then.
I saw the Bray Wyatt and shit with the old man. I'm not gonna lie to you, the Uncle Festus, whatever the fuck the mask,
Uncle like Howdy something.
I'm not feeling it. But I'm giving it. I'm gonna give it a chance so we can see it fully fleshed out, and I just can't wait to see who the members of the stable end up being.
If it's a stable, you know what I mean. That's the thing is if it's a stable. Daniel Bryan, Uncle Howdy was it. Daniel Bryan was so right when he labeled us wrestling fans as fickle. Mm-hmm. We claim that we want like slow burn, long term story, and then the moment they even start doing it, we get like impatient. We're just like, where's this going? Like it's been 3 weeks. Okay, lay it all out on the table for me.
We were conditioned that way for WWE running fucking 2-week storylines and
you're not wrong.
Disappearing. Like that is on wrestling itself for doing this to us. It's like Jim training Dwight with the Altoids and shit. Like
conditioning him. Yeah,
they did this to us. 3-week storylines that just disappear and we forget about, or storylines that go for like 2 months for no fucking reason. They just trade shit back and forth, and we don't even know why they're fighting anymore. Like they did these things, so I was like, I know Triple H has to recondition us. He's trying to. We just have to bear with it. That's what I said. I'm not into the fucking mask. It looks like some old I forgot what it was, like this old show called it was like something town or so, I don't know. It was the weird clay mask. Like I can't even fucking remember what it was, but it's creepy as shit, which I do like, and I'll give him that. But like it's just like,
Is it Bray under that mask?
I think it's gonna be.
You think it's Bray under the mask?
Yeah, I think this is like you said. I think it's gonna end up being not even necessarily split persona. I think he's gonna be all of them.
Yeah, man. I think it's Bray. But I want it to be Bo Dallas so bad. Like I want it to be.
Didn't they re-sign him? Did I see that or did I make that up in my head?
I think you're making it up.
Maybe it was like a fucking satire account or something.
I mean, maybe. Netflix ruined us by dropping whole seasons in one night. Yeah, Ted, you're not lying there. Yeah, one of the worst things. If you ever wanted to like see like when we went from binge like all the streaming binge like. Binging that we got used to when they did the opposite was when Disney Plus did WandaVision.
Yeah.
And did just the one weekly episode, and they ended every fucking episode with "Please stand by." Oh god, dude, I fucking hated that shit. But that was exactly it. We were so conditioned to just binge everything.
Buddy, like he's my guy. He's like my growing up. He was like my nerd best friend. Like he was like super cool basketball player and everything. Nobody knew he was like an undercover nerd like me. But he like anytime a season drops on something, he immediately watches the last episode.
It's so weird.
Watches the last. So I'm like, bro, like I will literally I will drive to Dayton to punch you in the chest if you fucking tell me what happens. Like I'm like, he is literally the definition of anarchy in that some people just want to see the world burn. Like, that is like.
Yeah, man. Jess used to do told me that she did the same shit with books. Like if she got a book, she'd turn to the last like page and read the last page. Which with a book, it's maybe not as bad because trying to decipher like off of just one page of text,
right?
But still, like even then, I was like, dude, why? Like why?
Pure fucking weird, anarchy,
man. Noob says, hey, he says,
what's up, buddy?
How you doing? Happy Halloween Eve. Happy Halloween Eve, Noob. Oh, man. Noob, what do you think of RN's costume? What do you think of his costume? Yeah.
Okay, you're a goon, but what's a goon to a goblin?
Yeah, man. I'm hoping it's, I'm hoping in my mind, I just don't know how you would write Bo Dallas. Because everyone knows that Bo is his brother, right?
Right.
So
I don't think you lean into it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like because Bo would be kind of stuck with the character that he couldn't play like Bray's like psychiatrist or something. Like it'd take a lot. Like it would take a bit of mental gymnastics to convince for Bo to be anything more than Bray's brother.
The real question is, who do you book him against?
That's the hard question, isn't it? That is really the difficult one because
there are no top tier faces. There isn't any really top tier heels either. So it's like, especially not on SmackDown. But he's been going back and forth. Or has he just been on SmackDown?
Just SmackDown. He's been strictly. They advertise the shit out of him on Raw. They advertise him, but they don't actually do anything with him.
There's no one there. Like, especially if he's going to be a heel. Like unless they do the stable and he beefs with the bloodline.
But no, you got to keep him away from that title, man. That's
Right.
what ruined. That was one of the biggest things that ruined the Fiend, was they booked themselves into a corner. I would say the only person that really comes to mind that like that white meat baby face would be Cody Rhodes, when he gets back. If rumor is true and Cody's not really in the title picture, that would be a pretty cool feud to put him in.
But look how long off that is, motherfucker. What we gonna do till then?
Dude, it's a very good question.
I was trying to think on SmackDown, like I can't really think of anybody.
Yeah. Oh man. Roadshow says, when WWE signs a talent, does it have to be released as public knowledge since they are a publicly traded company? Or could they have re-signed in secret? Oh, definitely in secret. They can re-sign in secret because otherwise,
contract's not public knowledge.
Yeah, no, that's why we were able to get Cody at WrestleMania,
Right.
Bray Wyatt. Although pretty much Bray Wyatt was a really even though it was a secret, it was kind of like a like a wink secret.
Right.
You know what I mean? They weren't really trying to hide the fact that it was Bray too much. Yeah, I don't know. Another thing I don't know is releasing CM Punk. Is it really? And I'm being truthful when I say this. Is it really what's best for AEW? Because there are two very, very good arguments for either side of this coin. There's a great argument for why, yes, it is a fantastic, or I wouldn't say fantastic, because I don't think anybody would be happy that, one of the biggest people you've ever, like, in the wrestling industry that got signed, it has to be released a year later. But why it's a good decision, but then also why it's not a good decision. What's your take on it, man?
I'm on the side of it is only because for lack of a better term, they're a startup company, and having somebody like that polarizing in your locker room is not good. And I mean, if the reports are correct, when all of your top guys are against him coming back, like that's a fucking issue. And what is he really worth? Like, has he really given us any banger matches that we can stand on? Has he really given us any fire promos when MJF isn't in the ring with him?
The 3 of the $1 million gate pay-per-views were CM Punk pay-per-views. Now, granted, you can't put that solely on CM Punk's back because, dude, I look like super racist now. If anyone listened to the audio version, I took my hat off and now I just look like a skinhead, a pale skinhead in this tank top. I look really bad.
American History X.
Anyways,
now you look like Bubba Ray Dudley.
I'll take Bubba Ray. I'll go Bubba Ray. I'll go with that. Jesus Christ. I don't even think we ever described what the hell I'm wearing for anybody listening. You guys are just going to have to tune into YouTube for at least like 5 seconds. Granted, the $1 million gate shows, obviously a lot of that is the momentum that Tony Khan built up with his show and the natural progression of it. But you can't deny part of that building up and that progression is key signings, which CM Punk was. So he added value through business, a matter of what characters were elevated to a higher position story-wise after CM Punk. That's a harder argument to make.
My thing is, though, too, is he keeps getting hurt. Like, his 2 biggest matches, he's hurt again. So it's like, what is he really bringing to the table besides? And we didn't get the, like, promos that we thought. They tried to turn him into fucking John Cena. So, and he's giving people shit and, like, making people uncomfortable backstage. Like, I don't think he's worth – I mean, I think he's worth – I think he'd be a hell of a lot better in WWE, and I think that it'd be a lot of more.
Why do you think so?
I just think that we're conditioned for him there, and I think that it would be a lot more checks and balances on him, and I think that he would give people a little bit more respect and maybe not look down on so many people like I think he probably does in AEW.
Do you think, because by all reports, and I'll never sit here and pretend like I've shared a locker room with any of the people or even like know anyone that has, but if reports are to be believed and everything that you look into kind of points at it, is the guy's got a massive ego. Yeah. And having, Triple H, who he notoriously notoriously dislikes. Triple H kind of be your boss and have and telling you what's right, what's not right, and everything. Alison says take a shot every time I change hats. That would you get drunk. You would get drunk if that happened.
Oh, y'all don't even want to see my hat collection.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Having to go to work and listen to Triple H, having to swallow your pride and go back to the company that you lambasted year after year. But
a lot of it is too, though, the shit that he was lambasted, it was kind of personal because of the motherfucker got sick and like they tried to play him off. Like I wouldn't even, and I think that Triple H is a big enough person to like look past that as far as his good business. You know what I'm saying? I think CM Punk is too. That's why I just don't think he respects any of those people in leadership position or at the top of the card. I've always thought that. And I don't mind a star being full of himself or being a cocky motherfucker, especially if you've proven it year after year that you can do it. But you can also be cocky and full of yourself and not be an asshole and a prick on top of it. And I think that's the difference, because I think Chris Jericho is a cocky, arrogant son of a bitch. But at the end of the day, he respects the business, and the guys in the locker room, even though they know he's a dick, they all respect him too. And he's now an executive in the company. Like, you wouldn't be made that if people backstage didn't like what you did and like what you brought to the company. Yeah. And that's what I thought that maybe CM Punk would do, being that he is such a big character. He is such a great mind for the business that I thought that he would kind of fit in and, like, I don't know, I don't want to say reform, but like be different than he was his last few years in wrestling. And he hasn't been. He still
doesn't seem him. Yeah. He seems like, granted, and it's not, it's exactly what, like, of all people, Triple H said, is if you want to be successful in the wrestling business, you got to be selfish. Yeah. So it's hard for me, like, to try to say where do you draw the line between being selfish and giving back. But CM Punk does seem to put himself first, damned be everyone else around him.
But that's the point I'm making too. It's like Mox, Jericho, and all these guys, yes, they're selfish and yes, they want their cake, but they don't do it at the detriment of the company itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense. Like I said, like,
no, it does. Like, no, it makes. No, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, like Jericho working with fucking 2.0. Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm. It's not like 2.0 is probably going to blow up and be the next biggest tag team, but this is easily the highest profile stuff they've done in their entire careers. That's what I'm saying.
Like, where they came from, like, they had 19 different gimmicks their last 3 or 4 months.
They tried to sell his coffee mugs twice.
Right. You know,
twice they tried to sell his coffee mugs.
If that's not like a testament to Jericho, like him saying, like, I can do something with these jackasses, and he turned them into something. Like, because don't get me wrong, I still think they're trash, but they are fucking entertaining, and like, I don't mind watching.
They cut underrated promos. Yes, like, dude, when they turn the silliness off,
fire.
Oh my god, dude, their promo. I
hate watching them wrestle. Good. I think they're trash in the ring, but on the mic, even when they're doing the silly shit, like the voice and shit, like
passionate, bro.
The epitome of sports entertainment, like that shit. Like, I'm sorry, I like that. Like,
it's cringy, but it's fun.
Yes, that's, you know what I'm saying. It's like that shit. Like, you don't want to, like, oh, should I laugh at this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it, like, to me, that's like the difference between CM Punk and like Jericho and Mox, is that, yes, we all know Jericho's fucking flamboyant and full of himself and an asshole, but he never puts himself over the business. He might put himself way up at the top.
Yeah.
But right a hair above himself.
He did just eat a pin too.
Huh?
He did just eat a pin on last week's Dynamite.
Yeah.
In that tag match against the Blackpool Combat Club. He got pinned by Cesaro.
That's the difference. That's why I thought that CM Punk would be different, but he's not. He's just an asshole. Like, sometimes people just are. Like, if he could just tone it down a little bit and put the company a little bit more on his back, then it would be an easier pill to swallow to bring him back. But he just hasn't. Like, he just hasn't.
I wonder if it's a case of like, wrestling is weird. It's like, I wonder if it's a case of like a love-hate thing. Like, he loves the idea of wrestling, but then when he goes back to doing it full time, it makes him fucking miserable.
You know the perfect analogy? CM Punk is the Kanye West of wrestling.
Oh, that's a bit much.
He's a bit much.
Even right now, Kanye West is why I almost wasn't allowed to wear all my fucking Adidas shit. God, I woke up.
His shit ain't Adidas. I mean, he's with Adidas, but the Yeezys aren't.
No, Adidas dropped it. No, I woke up the other day, given all the Kanye controversy, which if you don't know about it, you can look it up. I don't need to educate you on it.
No, we don't need to get into it.
But no, I woke up the other day. Mind you, I don't own much name brand shit, but I do like all the name brand stuff I do own is like Adidas and then like one pair of Nike shoes. And I woke up and like cancel Adidas was trending. And they were trying to group Adidas and people that would continue to wear Adidas in the same group as Kanye. And I was like, this is
that's not how that works. No.
Yeah, man. I was like, no. I was like, I hope some woke little bastard tries to fucking chastise me for wearing like my hat. Anyways, that's stupid. He's the Kanye West of pro wrestling.
The only reason I'm saying it is because he continues to talk himself out of shit. Like he's gonna talk himself out of
I see. Okay, yeah, he digs himself his grave on the mic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though people love him, people want to love him, people want to be behind him, and somehow or another, he always finds some way to fucking talk himself out of it.
I mean, he's probably a good guy. You know what I mean? He's probably a good guy, but
I don't doubt that. Like most guys like that are like super like standoffish, super like fucking fuck you. This is how I'm doing it. Those type of guys are normally great fucking fathers and friends and everything because they'll stick with you to the end. But they always end up being a detriment to themselves. And I can honestly say I used to be like that. Yeah. I'm still working on me to get out of that, but I completely understand his point of view and the type of person he is because I'm the same way. Continuously self-sabotage yourself.
Self-sabotage.
For no fucking reason. Yeah, I mean,
he did. It's crazy like how much damage he did in that one promo.
Yeah.
One promo, man, fucking did it, man. Yeah, it's nuts.
And you got to know, and the worst part about it is that the reason why like I'm off the bandwagon too is like AEW fans, you cannot disrespect or talk shit about anybody in AEW. It doesn't matter how shitty they are, how trash they are. Sammy's even back everything. If the AEW fan base turns against you, bro, like you're fucked.
I think that's just like Twitter and social media though. But I will say this, AEW was built off a large portion of like the smart fans. So I will say that like a large portion of their fan base are the active online people. They're not just people randomly buying wrestling tickets for their kids or just happen to tune into TBS on a Wednesday night. A lot of them are...
It's the diehards.
Yeah, a lot of them are diehards. And so that... You're right. So you're more likely going to run into those people online when you're being critical.
Right.
But I think you run into those fans no matter... I think you run into those fans... on any fan base thing though. You know what I mean?
I'm not mad that part of the argument. I agree. I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm just saying that AEW fans go so hard for AEW and their wrestlers like just way harder than way harder than WWE at this time is what I'm saying. And for them to kind of start turning away from him too, that's when I'm like, all right, this means something now. Because before, like you literally couldn't say anything about an AEW wrestler or anything, and then the internet loses its fucking mind, and everybody's kind of on the same page on fuck CM Punk. That's when I'm like, when your own fans. Well, because that's the thing is, as great as CM Punk was coming in, that's like one of the interesting things about it was like, hey man, we're happy to see you back, and CM Punk walks into the room and almost like expects to take all of these fans. And this might be a little forward for me to say, but it's almost like he walked in expecting to be like, okay, it's like if you walked into like a house party that's already kicking off, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody's already having a great time, and you're coming back in from town, and these are like a lot of your old friends, and they're all kicking it, and they haven't seen you forever, and you walk in, and everyone's super excited to see you, like where you been, and you're like, awesome, you're like, I've been having a great time, I'm back now, let's rage. And then you get drunk, and then you're sitting there, and you're like, man, fuck this guy with this house, you know what I mean? And like, fuck all you people in this house, like, who's with me? And everyone's like, what the fuck, man? Like, why are you fucking up the party? Like, bitch, we were here already.
We were already here, and we were happy you were here. Why are you saying, like, fuck us and, like, fuck all our friends that we're happy to be here? Like, it is weird because it is like.
You want to know the funny part? That analogy you just came up with, that literally just happened to us last night at the Halloween party that we did. That exact same thing. Now, he wasn't a friend of ours that was, like, out of town, but he's, like, hasn't been around for a little bit and came back, and he got drunk, and literally the same thing. We were all like, bro, you forgot who we were. Like, we would literally stomp you the fuck out, bro. Like, you need to relax.
Yeah, man.
And he ruined the whole party, and we all just left.
God damn. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. So, I mean, so there's that argument right there. There's the argument, like, if he leaves, it's a good thing, right? Because he could be fucking up the flow backstage, which by all accounts, that's what's happening. Right. Is that
to me, especially being a coach? Yeah, go. My bad. I mean, cut you off.
No, you're good, man. You're good. At this point, we don't care. If you're gonna talk, I'm gonna let you talk.
I was just saying, me being a coach, like, the locker room is important. Like, if you don't have chemistry on your team, you're not. I don't give a fuck how good you are, how talented your players are. You're not gonna win if everybody is not on the same page. You don't have to like everybody. You don't have to be friends with everybody, but there has to be camaraderie and unity and peace in a locker room and on a team. And once I figured that out as a coach, my players played better and we did better as a team when everybody got on the same page. And if you have that one person creating dissent and creating fucking turmoil and everything, it literally fucks up everything. And you can have the best players in the country, but if there's no, like, you have to be a team. And that part to me is why I'm okay with them getting rid of him, because if this, I know it's just reports, but at this point, all these fucking people can't be wrong or lying or making it up. Yeah. Because there's different reports. There's different reports on who said it. There's different points. Britt Baker came out all the time. Like, there's too many fucking people saying the same thing for it not to be true. So that's why I'm like, locker room is important. If he's a cancer in the locker room, I hate using that, but he's got to fucking go.
Yeah, man. Hold on, I'm going to put this shit back on. My fucking... Dude, ever since this fan broke, I cannot wear that beanie in here. It is just.
You still ain't got the fan in there, man?
No, the fans are no. You're right. I don't. Anyways, so then there's the other side of this coin. Look, he's got a torn tricep. He's out for arguably another 6 months. Who's to say he can't humble himself? Say, you know what, you guys, I was overwhelmed. This and that. There was some stuff I didn't talk about it the way I was supposed to. I'm sorry. I want to accomplish what I said I set out to accomplish when I came back, and that is to help this company grow and the future of wrestling grow. I apologize. It won't happen again. And I have what's best for everybody in mind moving forward. It's 6 months before arguably he could even return to TV. Why could that not be a thing?
If a bullfrog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass when he jumped.
Exactly. That's kind of what I figured.
And the thing about him is, so he's spiteful and resentful. So, like, he's reading all this shit online. He's storing all this up. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not going to come back and be like,
it's going into his next promo. Yeah, if he comes back to wrestling,
yes, he's going to call people out. He's going to be cancerous in the locker room when he comes back. Like, hey man, did you fucking say this? Like, he's going to confront people. Like, that's why I don't like. And when have we ever seen CM Punk humbled?
Yeah. No, I know. Listen, I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
No, I mean, I understand it, but I mean, even getting knocked out in the UFC, that didn't humble him.
No.
That didn't make him be like, no. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's and you're not wrong by any means. It's like, ideally, like, if that scenario played out, there's no reason why it couldn't work. You know what I mean?
Right.
But truth, if history taught us anything, is he's resentful, he's spiteful, he doesn't handle conflict well, he doesn't handle like just like the negative side of the business well. It seems like Like he's very thin-skinned and well, I guess spiteful. Spiteful is the most accurate thing. It just seems like if something slights him, he's gonna hang on to it, and he's gonna give it back, and he's gonna do it in an unprofessional way, because he had arguments that were like, yeah, that makes sense. I understand like why that would piss you off. You're going about it in a completely wrong fucking way, airing all this dirty laundry outside. It's, it's like, I don't know. Like, it reminds me of when you see people, like, everybody's familiar with those people having relationship issues, and they don't handle the shit behind closed. They put everything on social media.
They put everything on Facebook and shit. Yeah,
it's like you might have a legit argument in there, but this is not making anybody looking good when you want to air it on a public forum, because there's no other reason why you would do this other than the attention you're gonna get from it, which it doesn't make you look good. Like, in your mind, it's feeding some receptor in your brain where this is a good feeling, but to the outside perception and everybody else, this doesn't make anybody look good. Yeah, man. The moral of the story is if you got problems, handle them privately and professionally, and fucking you won't end up going from one of the most praised comebacks in wrestling history to a year later, like, arguably nobody wanting to see your ass on television anymore, which is fucking nuts. How is this dude getting canceled without doing anything that traditionally gets people canceled? Like, he's got to be arguably one of the only people I can think of right now that's getting canceled just for being a dick. He didn't say anything that goes against, like, woke culture. Man's just a spiteful asshole, and everyone's just like, you know what? It's too much. I would rather you just go away.
That's the ironic part, because wrestling fans are historically racist, sexist, all types of crazy shit, and we put up with all types of crazy shit for the sake of wrestling. And even they're like, yeah, you know what, bub? We're a little bit tired of that.
We're good, man. We're good. We're good, Punk.
Just stay home.
Just stay home. Hangman's got it from here, man. Like, fucking shit, dude. On a lighter note, I think the true winners in professional wrestling right now. This is like a terrible segue. Before we sign off, is the Shield. The Shield continue to be the best thing in wrestling. All former Shield members hold gold. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me till the other day, but with Seth Rollins getting that U.S. title.
I keep forgetting he's the U.S.
He's the U.S. champ. Yeah, man. I know. It feels weird to me. Yeah, bro. The Shield, like, oh man, 2000. Like, what was it? Like 2011, 2012. They debuted, and fast forward 10 years, and all three members are like arguably the biggest wrestling stars.
Not arguably, they are.
They are.
Like, Roman and Seth are the top two guys in WWE and have been for a long time, and Mox has been arguably the top guy in AEW. I mean, he's turned me around as a fan. Y'all know how much I hated him. Mm-hmm. Y'all know, like, and he's believable to me. Like, to me, he's more believable than any of them, honestly. Like, I don't believe Seth is a fucking Bond supervillain, and I don't believe Roman Reigns is like a tough guy mob boss. But, like, I do kind of believe that Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, whatever the fuck, I do believe he's a little fucking off and will fuck you up in a nasty, dirty alley in Cincinnati.
And he's got a very believable finisher in that bulldog choke. Like that's realistic. Like, you will get put out by that shit.
That's literally how you would get choked out in real life in a bar fight or some shit happens. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I never would think that I would be behind Mox like that, but like, he's real. He got me to turn the corner. That doesn't happen often in my fandom where a guy turns me around on him. Like, his promos are more believable. His in-ring style is more believable. Like, he's like you said, those are the Shield are the top three people in wrestling in my eyes.
No, yeah, man. And if Moxley went back to WWE, make no mistakes about it. If he went back and brought the Mox character, Dean Ambrose, like, you cut one promo, like the Dean Ambrose that you guys knew was dead and gone. This is Moxley, and then he just stays Moxley in WWE. He'd be world champion as well. Like, he'd be. I mean, he was already a world champion before he left WWE. He was world champion as Dean Ambrose. Yeah, Moxley be world champion again. It's just nuts to me. I don't know why. I didn't want to end the night on a sour note with that. I just want to.
Honestly, I don't think it's nuts. I mean, Triple H told us that he thought that these three guys would be for lack of a better word, the pinnacle of the industry when it was all said and done. Like he full-heartedly believed that. And look at it.
What's another faction that all members of the faction ended up being world champions? I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. What Evolution, right? Yeah, Evolution was it.
Yeah. But technically I don't really count Evolution because, well, I guess you could because it was half and half.
Well, no, Flair was a world champ just before he was in Evolution.
Right. So was Triple H too, but that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't. But Randy and Batista. Who else?
God, dude, I can't really think of any other factions. There has to be somebody. Like the Four Horsemen weren't, were they? No, like Arn was never like world champion.
I don't think so.
No. Ted's wooing in the chat. Appreciate you still sticking around, Ted. Even with the jacked up shit we had going earlier with Zoom. I really can't think of any other. No, I mean not that they don't exist. I'm sure they do. What was that faction? And I know this is kind of cheating, but what was that faction in TNA that had like Kurt Angle?
It wasn't. What the hell? Was it Fortune?
Fortune, right? Was Fortune?
I think so. Yeah, it was AJ, Flair, Kurt Angle. I think that might be right. Sting and all them.
Yeah, because I mean, I think that was their whole shtick, right?
Right. Booker T, all of them. Yeah, I think you might be right. See, even with that one, I don't know if I can count that one either because that was all about them being what they were in the past, not necessarily them going on to be world champs. You know what I'm saying?
Main Event Mafia, Will Grace says.
That's what it was, Main Event Mafia. Oh, well, no, Joe's not even been world champ.
Joe's been world champ, hasn't he? Would you consider NXT champion a world champ?
Ring of Honor and shit.
Well, he was TNA champion too.
I don't. I mean, y'all know him. Yeah, that's what I think he was TNA champ.
Yeah, there's no way Samoa Joe wasn't TNA champion.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Dude, main Event Mafia. If there was one awesome thing, I'd never watched it, by the way. But if there was one fantastic thing that came out of that was when Booker T was on commentary and then took the mic with him to the ring to beat down wrestlers in the ring and was doing commentary while beating them down. I love that fucking clip so much. Oh my God, dude. Main Event Mafia, Wikipedia. Here we go. What about hold on. What about the Radicals? Were the Radicals all champion?
No, I don't think
no, because Perry Saturn wasn't a world champ.
That's pretty close, though. That's pretty close.
It is close. I mean, that's 75% champs when you factor the Radicals.
Well, no, I don't think Dean Malenko was ever world champ.
Oh fuck, you're right. Yeah, I forgot Malenko was the other member. I don't know who I was thinking was them. So it's still like 50%.
I was thinking that too at
the New Day 66% champs, world champs. You know.
Yeah. I'm still trying to think of I can't think of any factions for some reason.
Main Event Mafia. So Kurt Angle, Sting, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Scott Steiner. Steiner was a TNA champion, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Christian Cage, TNA champ.
I don't know if Booker T was or not. Booker T was like the TV champ or whatever that like weird title they had.
But he was still 5-time champ in WCW. You know what I mean?
Right.
I consider if you won a world championship in TNA, WCW, WWF, like that counts. Yeah, and then I don't know who Tracy Brooks is, but we won't count her, I guess. She was a Canadian.
She's probably eye candy or whatever.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I didn't watch. Main Event Mafia, NXT champion, not NXT World's champ. Okay. All right. Well. Damn. All right. Well, fine. How about this? Just because I don't want to spend all day petering out on this subject. If you know of any other factions that comprised of 100% world champions, leave it in the comments or hit us up on Twitter. Myself at the Kai Tai Show. or hit the show up at Smack Drop Pod. RN, of course, you can find him at Mr. 8984. Let us know, and we'll make it a topic, man. We'll go ahead and rank them and give our thoughts on these factions next week when we come back. We'll let you know. It'll be like Sunday or Monday. Just keep an eye on Twitter. We'll let you know which day we're going live. But yeah, RN, how's the kennel shit going, man?
Oh, good. We got 2 litters on the ground. We actually duped my kid's mom into being a part of it. We gave my son a dog, and he never took care of it or did anything. And then she was totally against it. I don't want this fucking dog. Like, this isn't fair. I don't have any part of this decision. And fast forward 2 or 3 months later, she's buying purses to put the dog in, outfits and shit, fancy collars, and it officially became her dog. And we bred her, and she just had her first litter of puppies. So we got 2 litters on the ground and 2 on the way within the next 30 days.
Sweet deal, man. All right. Yeah, man. I appreciate you all stopping by. Hey, thank you, everybody, in the live chat today, man. You guys were alive, man. Ted, Will, Allison was in here. Roadshow came by. Ain't seen Roadshow forever. He subscribed to Twitch. I barely ever ask people to subscribe to Twitch, so thank you, Roadshow. Noob stopped by too, man. Yeah, thank you guys. South Philly Psycho, he usually stops by once in a while. Yeah, thank you, everybody that hung out. Once again, subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/SmackDrawPodcast. Help us get to 500 subscriptions. And those 5-star reviews on iTunes are fantastic. We appreciate all the love and support we're getting on Patreon. Don't forget, Patreon now offers exclusive audio content provided by Ted the Hillbilly Heel. He's put out some actually pretty cool shit on there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he's dope.
I had a chance to listen to it the other day, talking about this like old like cage on a cage match in WWF. It was flipping gnarly. But yeah, everybody, once again, thank you. Till next time, y'all have a good one.
See you guys next week.
Man Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.